which is not to say it can't go wrong. Hopefully, but I think it'll probably go right, and it'll be a future that you love.
One model has been discontinued. A new vehicle has appeared at Giga Texas, and Elon Musk has confirmed that a special model is about to launch. Yes, Tesla's so-called Model 2, the nearly $25,000 car, will no longer be produced. It's being canceled because it simply wouldn't be profitable for Tesla, even though demand for it was actually quite strong. The Model 2 was expected to be a mass-market vehicle, offering around 250 miles of range, a minimalist design, and sharing a platform with the robotaxi. We're disappointed, of course, since it seemed like this car might launch this year, but maybe it's time to shift our attention to something even more interesting. So, what vehicle will replace the Model 2? And more importantly, will Tesla continue making affordable cars in the future? We don't know for sure yet, but it's about to unfold. Recently, a new vehicle frame was spotted at Giga Texas. Many assumed it belonged to the Model 2, but it's not. This is a new vehicle, something entirely different. We'll explain more in a bit. Even more exciting, Elon Musk confirmed on X that something way cooler than a minivan is coming. So what could this be? We'll get to that shortly. But first, let's take a closer look at the Tesla Model 2. How did the Model 2 come about, and why did it get canceled? To be honest, Elon Musk has often promised more than he delivers, and people don't trust him the way they used to. But for years, the EV world has been obsessed with one idea, a $25,000 Tesla, the so-called Model 2, that would change everything. The huge hype came from the way Elon Musk talked about it. He framed the Model 2 as the logical next step in Tesla's long-term plan, starting with expensive vehicles like the Roadster, then gradually lowering costs through the Model S and Model X, followed by the Model 3 and Model Y, and eventually reaching a truly mass-market car priced around $25,000. Clearly, prices were trending downward, so people genuinely believed the Model 2 would be the next affordable model after the Model 3, no doubt about it. But the Model 2 wasn't special just because of its price. Its place in Tesla's story made it exciting. After the massive success of the Model 3 and Model Y, cars that helped Tesla expand globally, the next step seemed obvious: a smaller, cheaper car that inherited technology from its predecessors. That logic made sense to many, and the fact that Tesla still didn't have a hatchback only added to the buzz around the Model 2. Then leaks started. Early images suggested a compact hatchback with short front and rear overhangs. Fan renders imagined a futuristic mini crossover. The Model 2 became a phenomenon. People didn't just talk about it, they built expectations around it, and even planned to buy one despite no official release date. In 2025, reports suggested the Model 2 and the Cybercab would be nearly identical, sharing the same unboxed process production line. Essentially, the Model 2 would be a standard car with a steering wheel, pedals, and 4 seats, and remove those components and you had a Cybercab. Tesla planned to produce both in parallel and prioritize whichever proved more profitable. Some people even said they'd wait for the Model 2 instead of buying another car, showing just how influential this product had become. That's rare in the auto industry, where decisions are usually based on existing vehicles, not ones that haven't even been released. But high expectations also bring pressure. When a product is hyped before launch, reality can easily disappoint. A clear example, the Model Y Standard, which launched late last year, was heavily criticized for cutting features while not being truly affordable. This made the Model 2 a double-edged sword, both opportunity and risk. By 2026, the Model 2 was reportedly completely removed from Tesla's launch plans. Why? It comes down to profitability. A $25,000 car sounds amazing for consumers, but it's extremely hard for manufacturers, even for Tesla. The profit margin on a car like that would be tiny, especially since Tesla wants to maintain high-tech and quality standards. Building a high-priced car with advanced tech is easy. Delivering the same tech at a much lower cost is a completely different challenge. That's why the price gap between the Model 3 and Model Y isn't huge. The Model 2 was delayed for years for a reason. Fundamentally, it couldn't launch while the Model 3 and Model Y were still generating stable profits and selling extremely well worldwide. The Model 3 was once the best-selling electric vehicle in the world, and then the Model Y overtook it, even surpassing the Toyota Corolla to become the best-selling car globally. Tesla continues to make solid profits on each vehicle sold, something many traditional automakers struggle to achieve. If Elon Musk were to release the Model 2, sales of the Model 3 and Model Y would almost certainly decline, and the profit per vehicle would drop significantly. So, what did Elon Musk actually do? Instead of producing the Model 2 on the same production line, he scrapped the project and shifted all focus at Giga Texas to the Cybercab. Unlike the Model 2, the Cybercab isn't aimed at individual buyers. It's part of a robotaxi network, a business model with far greater profit potential.
A car in this system isn't just sold once, it can generate continuous revenue for years. This key difference is what made the Model 2 far less attractive strategically. If Tesla has to choose between a low-margin product and an entirely new business model with massive upside, the decision is obvious. The Model 2 didn't fail, it was simply overtaken by a bigger idea. Let's put the Model 2 aside for a moment. Something far more interesting is happening. A newly spotted vehicle body at Giga Texas is drawing attention because it suggests Tesla might already have a new model lined up for launch in the US. Specifically, images show a fully wrapped car body covered in plastic and packed inside a wooden crate sitting in the middle of a construction area. At first glance, it looks like an unfinished frame, the kind of body in white seen in early production testing. But what really caught people's attention isn't the wrapping, it's the proportions. Compared to the standard Model Y currently sold in the US, this body looks noticeably longer. The rear doors extend past the wheel arch, and the rear glass flows continuously all the way to the spoiler. Experts and online users quickly compared it with known specs and came to one conclusion: this could very well be the Model Y L, the long-wheelbase version already introduced in China. The Model Y L isn't new in Asia. It's been rolled out for larger families, offering 6 or 7-seat configurations, more interior space, and greater flexibility. With an overall length of about 16.34 feet and a wheelbase over 9.84 feet, it's significantly bigger than the standard Model Y. But more importantly, it addresses a real-world need, something the Model 2 might not have fully solved. If we step back and look at Tesla's strategy, this move makes a lot of sense. The Model 2 was hyped as the affordable car for everyone, but in reality, the market is showing that price isn't the only thing people care about. What they really want is space, features, and flexibility for everyday family use. In that context, a smaller, cheaper car might not be as appealing as something slightly bigger that better fits daily life. That's exactly where the Model Y L comes in, almost like an indirect replacement for the Model 2. Instead of pushing the price down as far as possible, Tesla is focusing on increasing overall value. The Model Y L might not be cheaper, but it gives you more: extra seating, more cargo space, and a layout that's far more family-friendly, especially in the US. Another big factor is manufacturing efficiency. Building the Model 2 from scratch would require an entirely new production line, while the Model Y L can reuse almost all of the existing Model Y platform. That alone could save Tesla billions in capital investment and significantly shorten time to market. And with Tesla's new unboxed manufacturing process, scaling a long wheelbase version becomes even easier. Bringing Model Y L production to the US also has strategic value. If Tesla eventually phases out the Model X, a larger, more expensive SUV, the Model Y L becomes a practical alternative. It fills the gap between the standard Model Y and bigger vehicles, while staying more accessible price-wise. And while the Model Y L could be heading to North America soon, Elon Musk just dropped another cryptic hint that has the tech world buzzing. When asked if Tesla would build a minivan, he replied, "Something way cooler than a minivan is coming." That one line sparked a wave of speculation, the idea that Tesla is preparing an entirely new vehicle, a cyber SUV. Looking at the bigger picture, it makes sense. For years, customers have been asking Tesla for a true full-size SUV, bigger than the Model Y, more practical than the Model X, and capable of competing with vehicles like the Cadillac Escalade IQ or Kia EV9. Tesla may have partially answered that demand with the Model YL, but it's clearly not the final word, especially in North America, where full-size SUVs dominate. And that's why the cyber SUV feels like the most logical next step, especially since Tesla has teased it. The idea of a cyber SUV isn't new. Ever since the Cybertruck was unveiled in 2019, people have speculated that Tesla would eventually turn that design into a three-row SUV. At its core, the formula is simple. Keep the Cybertruck's platform and tech, ditch the pickup bed, extend the cabin, and turn it into a family SUV. But what makes this idea truly compelling isn't just the design, it's the strategy behind it. The Cybertruck, despite all the hype, has been a controversial product. Its ultra-angular design is just too bold for many people, and the real-world pricing ended up much higher than expected. When Elon Musk first mentioned a $40,000 price point, millions were ready to jump in, but the production version came out at a much higher price, leaving many customers disappointed. As a result, sales have underwhelmed, sitting at only tens of thousands per year, far below original targets. That's why a cyber SUV could be seen as a second chance for Tesla to capitalize on the Cybertruck platform, but in a way that's more practical and accessible. Hints about a cyber SUV aren't just from statements. In the Master Plan Part 4 video late last year, Tesla either intentionally or accidentally revealed a small detail. In one scene, you can spot at least 3 small-scale vehicle models. One of them looks like a large SUV with a Cybertruck-style design. For a company as secretive as Tesla, something like that showing up on screen is almost certainly an intentional teaser. If a cyber SUV is in development, it will likely share the same platform as the Cybertruck. That means a 48-volt electrical system, steer-by-wire technology, adaptive suspension, and a large battery pack. To reduce costs, Tesla could skip the stainless steel exoskeleton used on the Cybertruck, a major reason it's expensive and difficult to manufacture. Instead, the cyber SUV could use aluminum or more traditional materials, making production simpler and significantly cheaper. If it launches, the starting price could be around $69,990, maybe lower, putting it in direct competition with three-row electric SUVs like the Kia EV9 or Rivian R1S. Performance-wise, it could even outperform the Cybertruck in some areas, since it would be smaller and lighter while still using the same battery pack. Range could reach up to 400 miles EPA, which makes it ideal for families and long road trips alike. Another big factor is manufacturing efficiency. The Cybertruck line at Giga Texas is designed for 150,000 units per year, but is currently only producing around 50,000. That leaves a big gap, one Tesla could easily fill with a cyber SUV. Instead of building a new factory, they can leverage existing infrastructure, which is a huge cost efficiency win. Zooming out, the cyber SUV isn't just another product, it's part of a bigger Tesla strategy. With the Model 2 no longer moving forward, Tesla needs something to keep sales growing while waiting for the robotaxi future. The Model YL covers the mid-size family segment, while the cyber SUV would target full-size SUVs, a space where Tesla still lacks a strong contender. Of course, there's the question, does the Cybertruck design work for an SUV? We think it does, but only with refinement. Soften the edges, tone down the extreme angles, and adjust proportions, and the cyber SUV could be far more appealing than the Cybertruck. Even just removing the truck bed and replacing it with a fully enclosed three-row cabin makes the design feel balanced and practical. At the same time, Tesla is closing one of its most important chapters. The company confirmed plans to stop production of the Model S and Model X by 2026. Tesla South Korea announced March 31, 2026, as the final date for new orders. After that, only remaining inventory will be sold. This is the first time Tesla has set a clear global timeline for phasing out two once iconic vehicles, marking the end of an era. The Model S and the Model X weren't just cars. They helped establish Tesla as an EV leader. The Model S proved electric cars could compete with luxury sedans, while the Model X, with its falcon wing doors, carved out a unique identity. But the market has shifted. Demand is moving towards more affordable models like the Model 3 and Model Y, while premium EVs face increasing competition. In 2025, the Model S and the Model X made up only about 3% of Tesla's global deliveries, a sharp drop. Even high-performance plaid trims couldn't sustain strong sales. According to Elon Musk, ending production is inevitable, but these models deserve a proper send-off for all they've contributed. More importantly, this highlights a clear strategic shift. Older production lines will be repurposed for new projects, especially the Tesla Optimus humanoid robot, targeting up to 1 million units per year. At the same time, Tesla is doubling down on scalable products, like the Model 3, Model Y, and future bets like robotaxis and the cyber SUV. For fans, it's bittersweet. The Model S and Model X paved the way for the modern EV era, and now Tesla is moving into its next chapter, expanding beyond cars into a broader technology ecosystem. That's all for today's update. What do you think about Tesla moving away from a low-cost car and instead focusing on the Model YL and a potential cyber SUV? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.